Texas Math Mundo audience, are we in store for a spectacular treat today? In the house is the Grand Oaks High School mathematics team out of Conroe, Texas, led by Coach Gil Walters. That team has been tearing it up in Region 2, Class 6A this year, and they are a force to reckon with. The Conroe Grand Oaks High School math team, right ahead. Let me take a quick moment and ask that if you enjoy this content, that you please hit the subscription button and the notification bell, that you leave a comment below, and that you smash that like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Let's spread this joy, let's spread this beauty to as many people as possible. The Grand Oaks High School Grizzly mathematics team, right ahead. My name is Salud Damdu, and this is Texas Math Mundo. Math Mundo audience, are we in store for a spectacular treat today? In the house is the Grand Oaks High School mathematics team out of Conroe. We have Coach Gil Walters. Say hi, please.
Hello.
We have Dominic Hansborough. Say hi.
Hello.
Ivan Liu.
Hello.
And Carson Winter.
Hello.
All right, these guys have been tearing it up in Region 2, Class 6A this year, and they qualified for state last year in calculator applications, and they are a force to reckon with. So let's go ahead and get started. Coach, how's it going this year? How's preparation?
Well, I think these guys are working hard. We've been very successful out of the meets. We're working hard. We're going to be attending the TMSCA state next week, and then after that, get ready for district, region, and hopefully state.
All right. Hey, Coach, what makes this team so special?
Well, the really thing that makes them special is they are talented to start with, and then they work hard. So sometimes you have somebody that really works hard, and sometimes you have somebody who's talented, and those things themselves are special. But when you put those things together, they're really special. And then what I really like about them is they are a team. If they get beat by one of the other members, it's okay for that week. Obviously, they all want to win, but they support the other team. They help each other out, and they're always teaching each other new tricks. So it is a pleasure to coach them.
Awesome. Sounds like there's great chemistry on the team. So let's go ahead and meet this proud Grizzly mathematics team. So when I say your name, please state your name, your grade level, and an interest you have outside of UIL. So Dominic.
So my name's Dominic Hansborough. I'm a senior, and interest I have is studying the Bible, because I think there's a lot of really cool stuff in there and how it all connects to reality and how God made everything.
That's great. That's great. All right, Ivan.
My name is Ivan Liu. I am a sophomore, currently in 10th grade. One interest I have outside of UIL is reading. I feel like books are a great way to educate us and train us to see how everything connects together and provokes our thoughts.
Oh, name one book you've read recently.
I have trying to be reading Confucius' Analects.
Really? Wow. Wow, that's some great stuff. Carson.
All right. My name is Carson Winter. I'm an 11th grader, and one interest I have outside of math is Tetris. Modern Tetris, that is.
Oh, wow, that sounds like fun. I've wasted hours playing Tetris, but never got good at it. Hey, Coach, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Gil Walters. I've been teaching for 7 years now. Before that, I spent 36 years at UPS. So I came teaching because I like to mentor and I just love teaching math. And I really wanted to get involved with this because my background is with UIL math. So I said, hey, I want to do that, and I want to help others do well in that too. And in my time off, I enjoy playing with my grandkids, and I like to watch football in the fall.
All right. Is that a Dallas Cowboy star behind you?
No, it's just a generic star.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, our paths have crossed at several tournaments, and I always note the joy in your heart, so I can tell you're having a good time.
I enjoy those meets more than anything else in the world.
Hey, they're a blast. I enjoy them too, so I know. So, Coach, who's the leader? You already said they have great chemistry here, so who's the leader?
Well, it's hard to pick just one leader because as they were growing and getting better and better, each one took a specific path to one subject in particular. Carson is number sense, and Dominic decided he was going to go really good at mathematics, and then Ivan all of a sudden, he said, hey, well, those two are taken. I'm going to work on the calculator. And in their own way, they are all a leader. And they all have specific traits that make that chemistry really good. You mentioned the chemistry, but it is truly a team chemistry. And if one of them gets down or has a bad day, the other two are over there talking to them and tell them, hey, it's okay. You're going to rebound from this. So I don't think there's any one leader. I think these three are the leaders of my team. And it's really just nice to have that many leaders on a team and just pushing that team effort all the way.
Awesome. So some questions I'll identify a single individual to respond to. Other questions we'll do a round and everybody will respond to. So my first question goes to the senior, Dominic. What kind of environment exists at Conroe Grand Oaks High School? What kind of academic environment exists there? Is it hard?
Yeah, there's a lot of competition, especially for like valedictorian and stuff.
Okay.
Carson might not agree with that, but like,
Yes,
yeah,
there's
there's a lot of
competition.
There's a lot of competition?
There isn't
Yeah,
competition for. It's Ivan that there's no competition for at this point.
But the juniors have a lot of competition.
Yeah. Theoretically, I'm trying to be valedictorian, so fighting for that spot.
Well, absolutely. I must be competitive when you get to that point. Absolutely. All right, hey, I want to say congratulations. You guys have been tearing it up. I was at the Tomball meet recently, and I just saw your scores, and I'm just so impressed with how outstanding you all are. You all are a force to be reckoned with in Region 2. How about you, Ivan? What are your thoughts about the team's performance this year?
The team's performance this year have been really good. Like comparing them to last year's score, I feel like we as a team have improved a lot. Although, like on some of the tests, there might have been a little bit of a drop on scores, or we might have had a bad day. I feel like this year we are extremely prepared and well versed enough to take our abilities to a higher level and a higher stage.
Okay, cool. And Carson, what's the study regimen been like? Have you all been very disciplined this year?
I mean, it's not the most disciplined thing ever. We go on Thursdays, we study stuff. Obviously, we do a lot outside of school and outside of meetings. we take a lot of practice tests like the virtual meets and best of Texas. Don't know if you've heard of any of them. We do those. We compare our scores to other top schools. And we figure out what's our best chance of winning and how we can expect to do.
Okay. Well, you all don't get that good without some sort of discipline and work ethic, because I can tell I've been so impressed by your work. So, Coach, who are your main rivals? Do you have any main rivals in the region, the state? Who do you consider your main rivals this year?
I think you look at all you got to do is look at the state scoreboard from last year. You're going to see the same teams that are up there. Once we get to region, well, actually we've got one person that'll be coming from Woodlands High School, and he actually beat us at district last year. He got first all across the board, and we ended up second, third, and fourth. And then once we got to region, we were able to edge him out in a couple of events, but he'll be there. And then once we get there, the Klein schools, Klein Kane, Klein Oak are usually good. All these guys can probably tell you a little bit more. And obviously, once you get to state, and you got the Fort Bend schools that are going to be there, and when you get into calculator, you're going to get North Shore that'll be there. So, I mean, it's the same teams that everybody knows about, and we're just trying to kind of keep pace with them and hopefully catch them, because they've been ahead of us, and we've been on a catch-up path for 2 years now. So we're finally to the part where we think we can compete, but it's going to be really, really tough. It's going to be who has a good day for that particular day.
Well, you guys are definitely in the mix. Another strong team that's not so far from you is Tomball Memorial. You'll cross paths with them at region.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Nguyen.
You're correct.
They are the biggest threat they pose is in number sense, I would say, because Andrew Nguyen is good and the rest of their teammates are pretty good. I think we have a strong chance against them in categories like math and calculator. So
Carson,
I think
you want to give me a prediction? What do you predict for region?
If you want me to be honest, I predict we win team in every category.
All right, that confidence. Let's do it. Confidence. All right. Hey, thanks for the honesty. I appreciate that. That's great. All right. So I have a question that's going to go to each member. When I call your name, please answer this question. How did you enter competitive mathematics? And while you're answering, please do a shout out to those individuals that played a key role in your development. So, Dominic, how did you enter competitive mathematics? And do some shout outs.
So I was at York in 8th grade, and my algebra teacher, Mrs. Cook, told us about number sense. And I was like, let's do that. And that's who I want to shout out, because she always encouraged me to go study math on my own and just understand why everything worked and derive my own formulas and stuff. And that helped me develop to where I am now.
Awesome. Cool. Any other shout outs?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my parents for always supporting me, taking me to the competitions. And
Great shout out. Ivan, how did you enter competitive mathematics? And do some shout outs while you're explaining.
So, like Dominic, I did number sense when I was in junior high. Because we went to the same school, Miss Cook was also the coordinator there. So I'd like to thank her for getting me involved in this business. And then after number sense, I got to Grand Oaks, and then Dominic actually kind of forced me to join the other events on one of the first meets. So thank you, or else I wouldn't have been here where I am now. And then I also want to thank Carson and Mr. Walters for the cooperation and the support they've given me. As a sophomore, there's no way I could have had this much knowledge without the efforts and the help of my seniors. So yeah.
Great shout out, Ivan. Great shout out. All right, Carson.
Okay. Apparently, I'm the only one who didn't get into Math UIL at junior high. I joined because during my freshman year, my math teacher suggested a math competition, the U of H contest. and I took that, and I went to Mr. Walters to get the results and stuff, and he introduced me to all the math UIL stuff and number sense, basically. He introduced me to number sense. So I thank him for that, obviously. And I got better at that till I eventually got second in district and realized, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this. And then for sophomore and junior year, I have to thank Christian Gupta, the Woodlands guy Mr. Walters was talking about.
Oh.
He was by far the biggest competition I had ever seen at that point for number sense. Like, I scored well, but he scored astronomically well.
Oh.
So he really motivated me to actually improve. He got 6th in state last year, so he's good.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm still trying to beat him right now. That's still motivating me to get better at number sense. And of course, helping the team and all the other stuff is motivating me in the other categories as well.
Hey, that's a great shout out. When competition drives us to excel, we all win. So good stuff, good stuff. Hey, I'm going to also ask each one of you, what are your goals this year? You can give me with like a number, say 350 in number sense or whatever. Whatever goal you might have, let me know. Dominic, what goals do you have?
I mean, I want to get, like Carson said, I want to get to state in all 3 math events, and I want to win district in all 5 STEM events, and I want a state medal for math, hopefully. So.
All right. Ivan.
For me, I want a 900 combined score for calculator, mathematics, and number sense in district, region, and hopefully state.
Wow, as a sophomore, that's a tall order. All right, good stuff. How about you, Carson?
Obviously, I want to get to state in all 3 categories, and I want to finally beat Christian. And I want to place in state. So,
that's the big compliment to Christian Gupta. I hope he listens to this. That's a big compliment to him.
I have no idea if he will, but I still, at the very least, I'll have direct and extremely tough competition at district before I even get to state or region. So,
hey, Coach, what are the team goals?
Well, I think they already mentioned once we want to get all 3 teams from region to state. So our goal last year, we got calculator to state, and we just barely got it. We made it by 1 point. This year, we're trying to get 3 teams from region to state. So if we can do that, then that will be team goals. And then just as these guys, I don't put individual goals on them, but I want somebody to place at state. And, it really wouldn't bother me if one was able to sneak in there and get a first place at state. A state championship would be nice. I'm really rooting for Dominic since this is his senior year. I really want him to do well at state because he deserves it.
Absolutely. All right, we know, being part of competitive mathematics and UIL, we know how beautiful this world is. The beauty of competition, the beauty of competitive mathematics. I want, as we go around and I call your name, I want you to tell me what's your favorite part about being part of a competitive math team. Dominic, what do you like about being a part of a competitive math team?
So I have 2 things. One of them is when we get like a really hard problem and we sit down for like an hour and we just try to solve this one question, and we finally get in, there's some like beautiful proof that we've written out for it. That's really fun. And the other thing is going to competitions like beforehand and going around Waco or wherever and just having fun at all the places. I really enjoy that.
Oh, that's great. Ivan, what's your favorite part about being part of a math team?
One thing I very like about competitive mathematics is that it puts you in place of where you are in comparison to everybody else. Like when I go to competitions, I see like a lot of people who score higher than me, who do better than me. And I always like look up to them for their knowledge and their skills. But at the same time, comparing myself to those who score lower than me, it gives me a little bit of confidence to say, hey, I'm actually good at this. I know what I'm doing. That's my favorite part about competitive mathematics.
Great. And Carson, what do you like about being part of a math team?
Well, the fact that I can actually discuss really complicated math concepts with people who understand and are able to build off of it. And I don't have to try and get first place in every category because I know my teammates are really strong in their own right. and they can beat me in several categories consistently. So it's just nice to, just have competition throughout your entire team, and also not be pressured to dominate, to carry your team in a way.
Okay. All right, great. Hey, so who's the highest scorer in UIL math? Is it Dominic?
Yeah.
Dominic, and you're the senior. So this question's for you. Can you give any advice to any young student that may come across this interview? What do you got to tell the youngsters out there?
I mean, it's really about just looking at the test and, like, I'd say learn every problem on the test you see. And then if you learn all those problems, you'll eventually get enough knowledge that you can take another test, but you've seen most of the problems on this test on other tests. And then once you get to that point, it was probably like this summer when it finally clicked, and I'd gotten to the point where I'd seen basically everything they can ask. And now that I know how to do everything, that's how you get your score up. Because I can look at the question, I'm like, well, I've seen this before. So it's hard at first because you don't know what's going on, but learn all the questions and you'll get up there.
Great advice, Dominic. Hey, Coach, you have any advice for parents, coaches, or students?
Well, like I said before, part of it is having a little bit of talent, but beyond that, it's hard work, and it's got to be repetitive. And you get a lot of students that they come in there and they take one or two, and then they say, hey, this is not for me. I'm having problems with it. But we've all been at that point. You got to start somewhere and just take your first test. I mean, I did some of that back in high school myself, and I'll tell you, the first 3 meets I went to, I had negative scores on number sense. But I ended up going to a state meet myself as well. But I mean, you just got to start somewhere, and you just keep doing it. And the repetitiveness and seeing the problems again and again and again, it gives you more confidence and you gain more knowledge. And eventually, it takes time, you get to that point where you've seen those things before. I mean, just like Dominic said, once you've seen it, okay, it's not a new surprise to you. Okay, I've seen that before. And your heart doesn't beat so fast, so you can actually give you an answer, and you can, write that down, and it's not such a task anymore.
Good stuff. All right, guys, one final round. And this final round, when I call your name, I want you to share any final words or parting thoughts as we conclude this interview. Dominic.
I mean, yeah, for anyone out there trying to get into this, it's hard at first, and the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the better you'll get at it. And I want to thank you for letting us do this interview. And yeah.
The pleasure's mine, man. The pleasure's mine. Ivan, parting words, final thoughts.
Like Dominic said, again, I very appreciate that you gave us this chance to demonstrate what we've done. And also, like Dominic said, for like people who try to do this, I promise you it's bad, but it's not that bad. It's a bit of work, but it's an enjoyable experience. You get together with a team of people who are like-minded. You build friendships. You have fun. It's part of your life.
Great final thought. And Carson.
All right. I can't say too much about the other categories because I only picked them up and got good at them like sophomore and junior year. But for number sense, I can say, if you're going to be good at number sense, you need to actually enjoy taking tests. And I guess that's the same for all the categories. If you're not enjoying the studying, then you're probably not going to go very far because you're going to give up with the workload and stuff. You're not going to be motivated to like improve on your downtime. Like that's all. In number sense especially, that's always been the big difference. If you enjoy taking tests, you will improve because number sense is about recognizing questions and understanding the repetition and just recognizing things in general. And repetition and enjoyment of the actual test is what allows that to happen.
Great advice. And Coach, final words, parting thoughts.
I want to say the same thing. I just want to thank you for a chance to get this interview because we really want to get our story up. And I think these guys deserve to be able to tell their story. But for everybody that comes in, I mean, we meet every Thursday, and some students just come in there, and I know they like to do math, and some of them come in there and they just kind of talk about math problems. and they don't even go to the competitions. They just come in there and enjoy it. So first thing you got to do is enjoy the math. And once you do enjoy the math, if you got the competitive spirit and you just go in there and you do a lot of tests and you get better and better, then that for me, that it was the best of both worlds. It was math and it was competition, and I enjoyed it. And I think these three here are the same way. And I see a little bit of myself in each one of these kids. And I love them to death. And I get excited every time we go to a meet. I get excited every time we compete. And I get excited about the new people coming in. I mean, we have people that come in and hopefully they'll rise to this level as well. But I just want to have a good time, have fun. And if they want to compete, they go compete.
Hey, Coach, I'm right there in the grading room next to you often. So I see the scores of your team. You all are so impressive. So it gives me tremendous joy to be able to share a bit of your story, because I think the spotlight belongs on groups like yours who are just so strong academically, hardworking, and really representing your school very proudly. Gentlemen, you know what would give me great pleasure? I'll be at TMSCA State in San Antonio in about a week and a half, maybe a week. If you all would come and tap my shoulder and shake my hand, that would give me great joy and great pleasure. I'd like to meet you all face to face, shake your hands, wish you good luck. And you all, I can't tell you, Coach and team, you all are representing your school so wonderfully. You give me such a great impression of Grand Oaks Conroe High School. You all just are doing a great job of representing your school, and I want to applaud you.
Right.
Well, we definitely thank you for the kind words.
Oh, absolutely. I want to thank you. It's been my pleasure, and I hope our paths cross at San Antonio. And take care, guys. Farewell. Farewell.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wow, what an incredible group of young gentlemen led by Coach Gil Walters. That Conroe Grand Oaks High School Grizzly mathematics team is a force to reckon with this year. Thank you very much for sharing your story, and good luck in the competitive season ahead. Thank you very much. Let me take a quick moment and ask that if you enjoy this content, that you please hit the subscription button and the notification bell, that you leave a comment below, and you smash that like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Let's spread this joy. Let's spread this beauty to as many people as possible. I have plenty of wonderful things in store for this channel, and I truly appreciate your support. My name is Sultan.